This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The WA Sports Star of the Year awards were on yesterday or last
How'd you go?
night. Didn't get a Guernsey yet.
Half a swim to Roto. That didn't. What do you have to do?
Absolutely, fair dinkum.
That was a gallant effort.
Anyway, Sam Kerr was the Western Australian
she's
Sports
quite
Star
good
of the
too.
Year. So she's not bad, is she? Let's be honest.
Yeah, she's done a
absolutely
run.
not
Well, it
bad.
couldn't go to anyone else, really, could it?
Oh,
actually, there you could. Harley Reid.
oh,
The Prince of Perth. Sorry,
can you believe he was nominated?
Hush your mouth,
Played a
Nathan.
game, mate.
Hush
Come straight out of
your
the
mouth.
under-18s over there. So well done to Sam. She's
Yeah.
been amazing. She's joined a bunch of people, not many though, that have won it 3 times.
Yeah,
Rick
right.
Carlsworth is one. Just think about the greatest hockey player that ever
Of all
lived.
time, yeah.
Dennis Lilly, Rod Marsh,
Quite good.
Sam Kerr. So
Yeah.
not bad at all. The person who came second was Iona Anderson. Actually, not second, sorry. She was the young West Australian.
Oh,
Sports
yeah,
Star of
okay.
the Year.
Yes.
And Iona's recently just dominated at the World Swimming Championship.
Do you think they had
over
to?
in Doha.
When did they do the nominations? Because that was like last week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But she performed really well in Australian titles and
Yes.
stuff like that. She's been an up-and-coming star for quite some time, but only 18 now. Now she's a world champion.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's amazing.
Fantastic to her.
Yeah, and in an Olympic year too, so it's good timing.
Wow,
Yeah.
it must be amazing to be born with talent.
I know, all of
But
it.
don't look at any of us.
No,
Yeah.
Anyone? No one stepping forward.
The thing about Sam is obviously she's missing after doing her ACL, so she's out for such a long time. But I was watching Michelle Heyman after she scored all her goals, and she's been front of mind for a lot of people with the Matildas. So she's not yet a certainty to
No.
make the trip over to Paris and play in that Olympic team.
I mean, it'd be tough to leave her out at this point.
I
But,
was thinking the same thing.
but you know, yeah, she's really only played 2 games.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because sometimes people just have a knack of kicking a goal.
yeah.
They don't necessarily do much else, but they have a knack of just putting it in the back
Yeah,
of the net.
I mean, she did it 4 times. That's a knack.
That's an knack, all right. Yeah, absolutely. So
Paris, though, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Ah,
I know, Nath, but you already brought to our attention a few months ago the fact that once they're done at the Olympic Village or
You have to leave.
they have to leave.
but I mean, for the soccer, they'd be there for the duration, wouldn't they? Because
Yeah.
that tournament would go for the whole 2 weeks.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
La, la,
They get to
la.
really live it up.
That'd be fun. And if you're watching the news last night, you would have seen Fremantle at training out at Alberton, I think they were, which is Port Adelaide territory.
Ah, yes,
having a
of
training
course.
session there. And Channel 7 were focusing on the fact that Clive Waterhouse, the great enigma, had turned up to train.
I know,
and
how about
met
that?
the coaches. So, old Clive.
How is Clive? What's he doing now? What does he do?
He was involved in merchandise the last time I was
Yeah, right, okay.
quite some time ago.
Oh, what do you
but,
mean? He goes and does changes the mannequins at shops,
Or
The outfit.
he just signs things and sells them to people?
No, I think that's what he does.
or he stacks up like cans of soup and stuff at Woolies like, for a nice display.
Visual merchandise.
yeah, it does a lot of garments, I think.
A lot of garment.
But Clive was such a unique person. He holds a memory in a lot of people from WA's hearts.
There haven't been many cult heroes in WA footy, but he's definitely one of them.
Possibly.
Yeah, of course he is. Are you serious? Of course he is.
Yeah.
Because he was so enigmatic and just such a
who's
loose unit.
definitely? He's a possibility to you. Who's definitely
I
to
don't
you?
know. Oh, well, Nick Nat, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I've got to turn back the clock. At the
Yes,
time,
back in the day.
Yeah.
The thing with Clive is he was such a unique athlete when
Yes.
it came to for footy. He originally played soccer, but he was so powerful. It was unbelievable. He would walk into the gym and just pick up stuff like Bam Bam did out of the Flintstones, if you can
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah,
from-
yeah.
There
So
was
people
not-
would pick up weights, he'd pick up the entire machine.
Yeah,
Wow.
just right above his
So,
head.
and he wasn't a hard trainer or anything. It was just natural ability.
Natural
Yeah.
ability. He would turn up to training, and everybody, like all of us, go out into the oval, and you would do a slow jog, and then you've got to stretch before you kick a footy around
Yeah.
or do whatever you do. He'd just get out there and start belting Tories for 60
Well,
minutes.
was he like one of those, those people that are born naturally muscly, that don't
Yeah.
even have to do anything?
Yep.
Imagine that.
A muscly baby.
Just imagine being like never having to work for them. They would just naturally came to you.
Yeah, I played with a few like that. It's unbelievable.
I see muscles and they literally get in a car and speed away.
Not for you today,
I've never been able to
Morris.
chase them, never been able to catch them.
Good to see Clive's head on the TV.
Yep, there you go.
The Perth Lynx is
Yes.
one game away from playing in another WB
nice.
final.
Wow.
They were up against the Townsville Fire away game yesterday and won that. They've got a home game coming up in a couple of days, and then they're a chance to play off in a final. So good luck to the girls in that one. They've gone. They finished in 4th, so to get one
that's
game
good.
away from playing off in a final is a fantastic effort. In local football, if you live down our way, Nat, you'll know that the East Fremantle Football Club had been demolished a couple of years ago, and they got federal and state funding up to $25 million.
Yeah.
One of the
To redevelop the whole thing, yeah.
One of the provisos was that there was no fence around the ground.
Oh, why?
So then the community...
It's a community facility.
Oh, so it's all of ours.
Yes. So there, Nath, at one end of the goals at the Marmion End Street, for those people who live in that area, there's a skateboard...
skate park.
Yep.
Skate park.
Yeah.
set up.
Skate or die. Yep.
Yeah. At the other end, there is the bowling rinks and the croquet is up and about.
East Fremantle, how fancy are we?
And the whole stadium, yeah, I guess the stadium part is getting built.
Yeah, there's a grandstand and stuff. Yeah.
But the club at the moment are facing a couple of deficits because they've lost money in the last couple of years. They've been playing out at the WACA. And one of the ways of getting money is obviously people paying to go to the Waffle and come through the gates.
Oh,
So they're going to have to.
gates.
It's going to be like Sculpture by the Sea. It's just a
Just
donation.
gates. Well, but can it just be gates? They don't have to put a fence around. You just have to come to the gates and pay through the gates, even though you can just walk on the other side for free. But maybe it's just that.
Well, they're hoping that people will pay through memberships, number one. First of
But
all,
why would you buy a membership if you can just walk in there?
If you don't have a membership, you can't go into the new fancy grandstand.
Okay,
and
right.
possibly have a beer. Now, I'm not sure if they'll be able to stop that from the general public coming up and then buying from the... There has to be a tuck shop of sorts.
Yeah.
You have to buy a drink.
But that you don't want to stop people buying from that because that's a revenue generator.
No, and they're also saying at times they are allowed to put up temporary fencing, possibly
Well, that's gonna
one
look
derby
great.
a year, and the finals to be able to then charge.
But then
people.
they've got to pay a fencing company to
But here's the
hire
deal,
a
though.
fence.
Here's the deal, though. They can put up temporary fencing permanently. And whenever they're asked the question about
just
it,
say, no, it's
No,
temporary.
it's temporary. It will be coming down. I'm not telling you when. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's a secret.
Now, a lot of the waffle clubs are saying you only make 5 to 10% out of gate receipts these days because not a lot of people going. But it's still a big hole in your budget if you're not getting that money.
Yeah.
And it's continually year after year.
Yeah. But I mean, they knew that going in.
Yeah.
So why did... surely somebody had a conversation before this.
Yeah, I think...
point.
Oh, no, there's no doubt they did. But, to be able to fill that hole, there will be people shaking tins going around. There has to be
I think I've hit it. Put the temporary fence around there and just a big sign saying, this is temporary. Don't stress. There you go.
Good luck to the Mighty Sharks. They're my team. Hope they can go
Nathan's...
back-to-back this season. Hopefully they get some money in the gate somehow by donations or memberships.
Nathan's very solutions-focused. You should listen to him.
Always
No problem, and I think so.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.